find discipline. Discipline will find.
What's going on, guys? It's your girl Megan Savage, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video today. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. EST, I host a call with some of the people that I mentor in the entrepreneurship space and trading space. Today's call is going to be about discipline. So I want you guys to get an inside look about what these calls do and the value that they bring. Right now, the team is watching a video that I found today at the gym about discipline, just to get them hyped. All right, guys. Hello. Are we awake? Are we awake? Let me let some people in here. You know, what's funny is I almost didn't play that video because I thought it was too long. And then I thought, doesn't that sort of defeat the purpose of discipline? Imagine we couldn't keep our attention span for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes! Isn't that sort of funny? I think about that. Let me open the chat here. I want to see how you guys are doing today. First off, I appreciate you all for being on the call, especially after what I sent in the chat. It does, I do appreciate that. But how are we doing today? What stood out to you in that video? Do y'all take notes? Y'all just listen? Be honest, I just want to know. Amazing. Love to hear that. Amazing. Just listen. Okay, it's going. Listen. You'll see why I asked that later. You'll see why I asked that. But did anything stand out to you? Anything pop out? I actually found that video today at the gym. Because I that's what I like to listen to. I don't want to listen to music when I'm at the gym. I like to hear someone pretty much yelling at me while I'm at the gym. And I found this video and it was very motivating. And I was like, oh, this is it. Like I usually watch like 2-hour-long videos about discipline and whatnot. And have you guys ever heard the term of mental masturbation? Ever heard that term? I feel like a lot of us fall into that category. A lot of us are especially on this call, a lot of us are super personally developed, okay? You've read the books, you're listening to the podcasts, you're doing the thing, but drop a 2 in the chat if you feel stuck. If you're like, yo, I know I should be getting up at this time. I know I should be eating this food. I know I should be putting in the work in this business. I know I should be doing this. But why aren't I? Am I just not good enough? Am I just not meant for this? Am I just not that person? Is this not my lifestyle? Is it like, I hear those voices too. Sometimes I hear it. I'm going to read what you guys said. Accountability and saying that you didn't achieve XYZ because everything happens to you is based on your choice. I love that. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. One of my absolute favorite quotes. So this call today, guys, as you know how I do trainings, I like to rant a little bit and then I'll give you something to work with. Something the universe was telling me to speak to you guys on this because something I've been really struggling with lately is discipline. And I've said this before, that a flower cannot be expected to bloom 24/7, 12 months out of the year. Like, there are some rest periods, okay? And I'm not saying y'all gotta be like David Goggins where it's crazy. And I actually, funny enough, I listened to a podcast about him about how the reason he doesn't want a documentary made about him and he doesn't want this stuff made about him is because people will pick apart his life and make excuses like, oh, he doesn't have any time for fun or doesn't do this, doesn't do that. And that got me thinking heavily. And the reason I wanted to play a video for you guys is because sometimes you can't just hear it from me. You can't just hear it from Christian. You can't just hear it from the other leaders here. You can't just hear it from your sidelines, your peers. You can't hear it. Sometimes you need to hear it from people that have done the thing, have really, really done the thing and are well known. And all of these things, I love that whole video because it all really stuck out to me. So y'all know my story. Y'all know that how I even started this business is I got shown this opportunity and I was in a very, very low part of my life. I was thinking about ending my life and this came to me in some spiritual awakening and I decided to, take that step, okay? But I actually was reanalyzing my story this last little bit. I was reanalyzing it. So don't quote me on what it's called, but there's a part in your brain. It's some cortex, okay? That it's small. And they did a study on people that are depressed, that are unhealthy, that do not live a long time. And that part of your brain, there's actually two, by the way. There's one on your left side and one on your right side. And that part of your brain grows when you do things that you don't want to do. That part of your brain is very important because they did a study that it's super, super tiny, almost non-existent for people that are living an unhealthy, unhappy life. And for people that are super fit, people that, are super accomplished, people that are happy, most importantly, it's grown exponentially, okay? And I've been hanging on to that a little bit longer every time I go to a workout or I do things that I don't want to do. And I want to make it very well known because I was talking about it with someone that I'm close with at the gym. And she loves cardio. She will go on that Stairmaster for an hour and want to go longer. And I'm like, holy hell, girl. Like, props to you. But the thing is her part of that brain will not grow when she pushes herself on the Stairmaster. Why? Because she enjoys it. She is comfortable with it. She likes it. Okay? For me, for example, I despise this Stairmaster. I hate it. That is exactly why I do it every single time I go to the gym. Because I hate it. And I know, and I hear that guy in the back of my head saying, yeah, like, this will make you live longer. This will make you healthier. This will improve you. This will make you have more stamina. And it's just a bonus. And lately, I've been starting to like the Stairmaster. Lately, I've been like, oh shit. Like, if I don't go on the Stairmaster, I'm not feeling it. It's like the cherry on top of my workout, which made me then start to realize that it does get easier, regardless of the things that you hate. And I'm sure you can take what I just said and apply it to business. Because there's probably parts in your business, the honeymoon phase when you first get started. You don't mind talking to everybody about it. You're posting all the time. You're doing all the readings. You're feeling good. And even with trading, you're excited to learn. There's waves in everything that you do. But I'm letting you guys know is the best part about life is what we're doing is just becoming a better version of ourselves. That is the whole, do you want to know the purpose of life is that we are trying to be the best we can be. We're trying to end our life in a better place than when we began it. That's literally what it is. And I'm letting you guys know that the hard stuff does get easier. However, discipline is not doing the hard stuff till it's comfortable. Discipline is doing the hard stuff till it's too easy and then doing more. What can I do that's more? That's what discipline is about. So I want to tell you guys, I'm gonna let some people in here. Hold on. Got some like crew here. 2 people in the waiting room. The reason I bring up my story is because I thought about it. And y'all know I was scammed $10,000. It wasn't pretty. And I was tired. I was so freaking tired. I was tired of how unfair the world was. I was tired of feeling like I was meant for more and I wasn't accomplishing it. I was tired of everyone almost being right, that I was useless, I had no value, I'm just your average girl. Like, I was so sick and tired of it. And then something was told to me about that part of your brain. Did you guys know that part of your brain is solely responsible for your will to live? That's what shocked me the most. That part is responsible for your suicidal thoughts. It is responsible for your will to keep going. And I really want to make this clear. Just like indoctrination, just like, grooming is a bad thing, right? We all know this is a bad thing. You can actually, remember I said this on a different training, you can gaslight yourself in a positive way. You can gaslight yourself in a positive way. So I do want to make it well known. The reason a lot of, I've heard this before, Megan, I'm lacking passion. Megan, I'm lacking motivation. Megan, I'm lacking I can't even speak. I'm lacking the will. I'm lacking the will to keep going, the desire. You're not. You are not. You have it. You always have it. And the reason you think that you're lacking it is because society has told you that you're lacking it. Society has told you that's something that is not abundant when it is. It's very, very abundant. And it's something that's fixable. So the reason I'm telling you all this, guys, and how my brain is working, is I heard that and everything clicked. Everything clicked in that moment because I realized It's not that I wasn't trying hard before. I've tried so many entrepreneurship adventures. I tried this, I tried that. It's because I was looking for easy. In my mind, I can stay up all night and work and outwork someone. I can do that. But I enjoy that. Are you starting to get the picture? I enjoy it. I enjoy going out and selling. I enjoy pushing myself on that limit. But that was my comfort zone. I was looking for opportunities that I thought I could excel in, not opportunities that I thought would push me to be better. That's the difference. I was looking for easy until easy took $10,000 from me, until easy made me so depressed and so done that I wanted to just die. And here's the thing. I heard this thing that if you are trying to love yourself, that is already an act of self-love. Does that make sense? You are already trying to love yourself. You already love yourself. So it's the same thing with what I'm trying to explain here. I really thought about it and I'm like, hey, I tell everyone that the reason that I did this opportunity is because I knew I had nowhere else to go. I knew if this didn't work, I was just gonna and be done with it. That was my motivation. But I really thought about it, and it's because I didn't want to die. Was why I did this. Does that make sense? It's a simple switch in mindset that actually, it made me sort of emotional. And I wanted to tell you guys this story. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really not sure why. But the universe was telling me to tell you this. Because I don't know who's listening. And I understand the frustration of maybe you've been here for a while. Or maybe like you have a lot of eyes on you. Or maybe your parents are stressing you out. Or whatever it is. You have all of these pressures on you. I'm letting you know that a simple switch in mindset can change everything. Now, for example, I want you guys to be extremely freaking honest with me right now. In the chat, tell me every reason that you are not where you want to be. Tell me, is it your schedule? Is it your parents? Is it your spouse? Is it your friends? Is it your upbringing? Is it your age? Is it your health? Like, tell me why, whatever it is. And this could be business, this could be personal. We are complex human beings. We are living a human experience right now. Why aren't you there? I want to know. Straight up, let's talk about it. Tell me what's up. I'll give you a bit to type. Because I see 3 people on with me right now. I know the rest of you have your cameras off. I don't know if you're snoozing, cruising for a bruising. I don't know what you're doing. But tell me. Lack of focus, financial situation, schedule, fear, parents, job, literally everything. We talked about it. I hear you, girl. Lazy. Okay. In those things you guys just told me, I want to shout out the lazy, the fear, lack of focus. I want to shout those out. Because the moment you guys realize that, oh, we got some more. Hold on. My job is stopping me from getting somewhere, financial situation, and so much more, just being drained. Lazy, fear of not making it, and that's a hard one. And need to work a desk job. Okay. Being sick, lack of focus, regret. Yo, hard. I'm insecure and allow other people's perception of me to hold me back. Don't we all, girl? Don't we all? Yeah. I've been here for a bit, and my confidence in me heavily decreased, but also I realized I sometimes have social anxiety and that I didn't know existed until recently. Yeah, girl, I feel you. I feel you on that. These are all, first off, I appreciate you all for being vulnerable. I do. My thing is, I'm just trying to, even if I can get one of you guys to shift your mindset a little bit today, I feel like I've won. And I know we hear this a lot. And there's a reason that The Compound Effect is my favorite book ever. If you have not read it, read it. But the moment you can surrender and realize that everything is 110% in our control, the better. Because I used to blame things. I used to blame, that I was abused. I used to blame, I blamed that, well, no one likes me. No one likes me because I'm loud and it's their fault. And you know what? My mom, she's dealing with things. My mom's very sick and like I'm dealing with that. And you know what? I'm actually ill. So, like I used to blame everything under the sun. This person's not pushing me. This person's not on my level. Like all these things. And I realized, and I know we probably all had this one person where it's like, if this person would just leave me alone forever, I would be so much better. I'd be so much better off. This one person, this could be a boss, could be someone's, friend, like whatever. This person just left me alone. I would be successful. But every time this person is here, everything messes up. Like everything. But every single reason you guys just gave me, you are giving those reasons power. You are telling yourself that those things are more powerful than you. That's what you're saying. And when people say like, it's your fault, the reason you're not where you want to be, some people it makes them cry. Some people it makes them all upset. Some people, that's hard, man, David Goggins shit, like whatever it is. But I want you guys to hear it for what it is. That is a good thing. It is a good thing that it's all your fault, because that means you can change it. It means you don't have to wait on anyone. You don't have to deal with anything. You literally can change it. It blows my mind how similar we all are, yet how different. We live different experiences, but we all have the same problems. Yo, I get so scared. Like when Amalia was saying about the social anxiety, hell yeah. My stomach gets up in my throat and I'm like, ooh, but we all deal with it differently. The whole lazy thing. I sometimes think I'm so hella lazy. I'm like, what am I doing? And I sit in bed and I learned, that's how I learned about executive dysfunction. When I sit in bed and I think I'm lazy and I'm like, oh, you're a piece of shit, Megan. You're an absolute piece of shit. There's someone out there that's better looking than you, that's making more money than you, that's smarter than you. It's all because they're getting up and you're fucking in bed right now. Like, what are you doing? Like, you deserve nothing. Like all these bad things. But it's all fixable. It's absolutely all fixable. And that's why I just wanted to tell you guys how I'm going to be telling my story from now on. Because I used to tell people I wanted to die. This is why I did this. And I went in with no fear. But I think it's because of the fear that I didn't want to die was the reason I went so hard. And I hope that clicks for someone. Because the thing is, guys, is I realize sometimes, let's pretend we're rats for a second. Let's go in the rat race thing. The cheese is a beautiful dream. Could be cheddar, Havarti, all this other things. But if you've never tasted the cheese, you don't know. And the worst part is most people will get the cheese and they won't be satisfied with it because they didn't learn how to be happy on the way. You know what I mean? But do you want to know something that we all have? We all have the mouse traps. We all have the cats. We all have those things that we want to get away from. And just that simple perspective of, I didn't want to die. It scares me more now because now I've met people and I have more of a purpose and, I have a man that I love and, I have goals that are ahead of me now. It scares me more about death. And I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, just a little mindset shift. But because I've been dealing with this thing of just, why do people have such a hard time? When I see as a mentor, I see people tell me they want it so bad. And of course, there's always going to be those couple people that say they want it. And they're like, oh, I don't have money to get started or whatever. Then they go out and party all night. Like, there's always going to be those type of people. But there's honestly, in my heart, I believe there's people that do genuinely want to succeed. And they're feeling stuck because they're like, why am I not doing the thing? Why am I not doing the thing? I want you guys to get uncomfortable. I want you guys to have will. And it all ties together because the moment you do that uncomfortable thing, you're like, oh shit. And I'm going to go back to the Stairmaster because this is an easy way it's a physical thing to show you guys. The first time I went on, I fell off after 5 minutes. I was like, yo, I can't do this. Then I started going more and more. Now I can do like 30 minutes and I can keep going. And it's not necessarily the fact I can keep going that's happy. It's the fact that I know there's more progression that makes me excited. And I want you guys to get over this little hurdle, whether it's in your business or in your family life or your love life or whatever it is, because I do believe this business is not just business. I believe it is a way of life. I truly believe that. I want you guys to be disciplined in what you want. So I did up a little training. That was my little spiel. I just let the universe tell me what I needed you to, or what it wants me to. But I got my notes here, and I wanna give you guys the studies that I've done. Because when I don't understand something, I realize that sometimes going back to basics is the best thing you can do. I'll let some people in here, got some late ones. Going back to basics is the best thing you can do. I think I was telling this to Daniel about how the people that have what we want and the successful people, they say all these cliche lines. And it's funny because they actually genuinely work. Just get up earlier, have a glass of water. Like, you know, like there's little things that we think, okay, but that can't be the secret to success. It actually is. Like, these little things that people are saying, they are. It's just we're not doing it. We're not actually applying it. So I'm going to tell you all the notes that I've taken about discipline training, what I'm going to be doing going forward. I hope you guys do it because you guys have all the power in you to do it. I believe in all of you. But yeah, are we ready? We got our notepads out? Got our notepads in? All right. Okay, so discipline training. Number 1, start every day with a win. Every day with a win. These are habits you never skip. So keep them small and achievable to make sure you complete them. The snowball effect. It's a snowball effect. Now this could be just getting up and taking your supplements. This could be as far as, I don't know, going to the gym. This could be, for example, every day at 7, I know, Christian gets up and from 7 to 8, he sends messages to his business. So, because he makes sure, because I don't know about you guys, that's my least favorite part about this thing, but he goes ahead and he does them first. Gets it out of the way. So now the biggest one that he hates, it's done. I don't know if he hates it, but I know I do. But it's done and it's out of the way. This could work, and I want to make it very well known, this could work differently for different types of people. Some people want to get the big one out of the way, the thing that they hate. Some people, I wouldn't suggest it. Some people need the snowball effect, which is maybe you just want to be more hydrated so you don't get that headache. Girls, I'm calling you out. Maybe you just need to have a glass of water set up so when you get up the next morning, you can have a drink of water. That's your first win. Maybe the second win is going and making your bed. The third win is brushing your teeth. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you need to have some wins set up, okay? Yeah, start every day with a win. This will make you feel good, by the way. This will make you feel conquered. That's why they say when you make a sale, the best time to make another one is right after a sale. You know what I mean? Number 2, simplify your day. Have 3 to 5 most impactful tasks. Most impactful. Do this the night before to start your day with clarity and focus. I'm telling you guys, there is not one person that I know that is hella successful that does not plan their day the night before. It takes 10 minutes. Sit down, have an alarm, and literally just decide, you know what, in the morning, I know from this time to this time I'm meeting this person. I know there's a call at this time. This is why I know when people are on calls without having to be asked, I know that they're on their shit. Like, you just need to plan out your day. Because I know when the stuff is not in front of me written down, I'm full of anxiety. And then I wake up with anxiety and then my whole day is anxious. You don't want to do that. Just plan your day before, okay? Simple enough. And I say 3 to 5 because some people are more ambitious, but at least have 3 tasks that you want to get done. Want to know why? Because you're creating wins for yourself. If it's going to the gym, if it's being on a certain call, if it's meeting up, I don't know, with someone, like whatever it is, have those tasks. Number 3, you've heard this before, but time blocking plus to-do list helps with decision fatigue. Some people time blocking works, some people it does not. What I do notice is when I go into a phase of when time blocking ain't working for me anymore, to-do lists always work. There is something about checking those things off that make me feel good. And I don't know about you guys, but I have ADHD to the max. So I could be doing something and then I'll be like, oh, oh, my cat's over here. Oh, I'm watching this thing. And nothing will redirect your focus and having a list in front of you that you go, oh, I was working on this thing on Canva. Like it just refocuses, okay? And especially if you plan your day the night before, this will be easier. They go hand in hand, okay? We feel me? All right. Now, for those of you who don't know what decision fatigue is, because I really want to be as thorough as I can, there's 4 primary symptoms of decision fatigue: procrastination, impulsivity, avoidance, and indecision, okay? So mental energy depletion that sets in after making a series of decisions. I understand that sometimes maybe you're having a very stressful day with your parents, your siblings, your spouse, whatever, and all these things are coming at you, and then you go down to sit down and do your business, and someone's like, what do you want to name your event? And you're like, I'm done. I can't do this. It's too much. Like, I understand. I understand more than most people. I understand. So we want to eliminate that. So it is not indecisiveness. I want to make that clear. This is the inability to make a decision. Indecisiveness is the inability. I think all y'all can make a decision. Do you want to know how I know that? Because you're on this call. Because you're signed up here. Because you're talking with me. I know you can make a decision. And I know you're actually pretty smart. So you made a right decision. Example is what I'm going to eat. Should I meal prep? What should I buy? Then I will cook, and how I'll make it time for it. La, la, la. Yeah, I like that. La, 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 la. It's good. So routine and delegation can help with decision fatigue. The weight of the world is not on you guys. I want to make that well known. The weight of the world is not on you guys. You have mentors, you have downlines, you have friends, you have family. And there's been tons of times I went, hey mom, I can't do that for you. I can't do that. I'm gonna give that to Kale. Or I'm gonna do, like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know Michelle the other day saw me, someone asked me something, and I'm like, nope. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. You need to be able to be your biggest cheerleader. Sorry, not gonna work for me. Sorry. Anyways, and then yeah, routine does help. Don't be rigid, but having a routine helps, okay? So next, find an accountability system. Some people work good with partners. Some people do not. Some people work good with a team. Some people do not. Some people work good with social media. Some people do not. Find yours. What I'm realizing is there's certain things that work better for certain things. What do I mean by that? My content, when I'm talking to my social media, I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing this challenge, I'm doing this. Like, it almost makes me show up more. When I tell my team I'm going to be on a certain call, it makes me show up more. Like, find what works for you and stick with it. That's it. Simple. Identify distractions and create a successful environment. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that tell me, Megan, I can't be successful because so-and-so is at my house. Or Megan, I can't be successful because I need to work in pitch black. Megan, you know what? Screw whoever tells you that you have to work a certain way. Okay? If you're someone who wants to go to the library and work in silence, do it. But here's the thing. Here's what I want you to hear. That does not mean, well, my house is loud, so I'm not going to do any work. That means get up and go to the library and put it in your freaking schedule and go. Set yourself up for success. And this is where the discipline comes in, guys. If you, like, because I know for a fact you just had a long day at school, or maybe you come back, you're yelling with your parents, or whatever it is, and then you're like, shoot, in my schedule from 5 till 7, I'm supposed to go to the library, but you know what, I really don't want to. This is where discipline comes in. Just go. And I guarantee you the moment you get there, you will feel, not only it's a win, but you'll feel better. Because you told yourself, actually, you can't control me. My emotions don't control me. Fuck what I'm feeling. Stick to the plan. This is how I feel. And I feel this. I'm going to bring up the Stairmaster again. Yay me. I'm glad. I feel the same way when I do high ticket interval trainings for like 30 minutes and I did not want to do it. I'm staring at it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, Megan, you're just going to get on. The very first step is I'm going to just take a step onto it and I'm just going to do it. And then so I take that step and guess what? I'm going to take another step. I'm going to take another step. And that's all you got to focus on, guys. One step after the other. One step after the other. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you, I believe there's 4 systems that I'm implementing to help when it comes to discipline. Okay? Ready. This one's honestly my favorite. I'm giving you my favorite first. I was going to save it for last, but I'm not going to do that. So, number 1, This is called the second brain method. Has anyone heard about it before? I love this because I thought it was going to be some like big, oh my gosh, like complex thing. It's actually so simple. So this is beating information overload. I'm going to say used to because I'm not claiming that energy. I used to have that energy so hard. You could pick anything. First off, this business. Where do I start? Do I do social media? Do I not do social media? What social medias do I do? Do I do this many messages? Do I prioritize this? Like it's just too much. This person's posting this. This person's being non-compliant. Do I post this? Like, it's too much. It's the same thing with when I was trying to start a diet. I'm trying to do whole foods, but it's like, okay, but I can have vegetables, but not these vegetables. Oh, but I can have these vegetables if they're cooked this way. Okay, well, what if I go to the gym? Well, I'll lose more weight if I walk instead of doing intervals. But this person says not. It's too much. It's too much. And then guess what? What do? You sit down and you do nothing, and then you can't be disciplined because you have no idea what you're supposed to do. This is to beat information overload. It's called the second brain method. The second brain method. So literally, all this is, and I swear to you, this will change your entirety of your life. Write things down. Write things down. That's it. Literally an entire book is on this. An entire book. There's an entire study. If you actually Google, which I studied for 4 hours on this second brain method, okay? You might have heard this before, but your brain is meant for having ideas, not for holding them. Your brain is meant for having ideas, not for holding them. There's been tons of times that I have amazing ideas and I don't write them down because, well, I'm busy. Well, I'm talking to this person. Well, I'm doing this thing. Guys, have a notebook. Have a tiny notebook that you take everywhere and write it down. Write it down. I don't care if it's a content idea. I don't care if it's maybe you're trying something with your spirituality and you want to write it down. I don't care if it's a funny quote. I don't care if it's, you know what, I want to try this new food later. Write it down. Anything that comes in your brain, you're going to write that shit down. Anything. Okay? And it will help you not only clear your thoughts. And my reminder, listen to my phone. Yes, you use your phone. But literally, this is my absolute favorite part of this entire thing. So calendars, to-do lists, they're just as important as taking notes. They're just as important. I've been implementing this the last little bit, and oh my gosh, I'm actually hella freaking smart. Like the ideas that I have, that because now I'm writing them down, I'm actually implementing, are crazy. I always have content ideas. I feel better about myself. My mind is more clear, so I have room to think. If you guys take anything from this training, take that. If anything from this training, take that, okay? So that's number one. Number two, oh, by the way, one last thing on that. Something you can do that I've been doing is I organize my thoughts into folders, like different sections. So if it's like spirituality, write my stuff down. There's this, I write my stuff down. Health, write my stuff down. I actually love it. I feel great. I feel organized. Anyways, next thing, the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule. Some of y'all heard of it already in business. For sure. I actually bought it's funny, the universe heard me because I was at the library the other day and I saw a book that literally said the 80-20 rule. And I was like, oh my God, I just did a study on this and I'm going to read it. I'm actually really excited. But millionaires read, by the way, you should read. But the 80-20 rule. So 20% of your activity will account for 80% of your result. Now this is important because how many times have you guys been doing something over and over again, and you're like, it's just not working, and then you stop, and then you don't do anything. Just to give you guys an idea, I started a new TikTok from scratch, and it's just trading. It blew up a little bit. I'm getting like a lot of views, but followers wise, I went from 0 to 200 really, really fast. And it's growing like exponentially. But you want to know from what? I've been posting pretty consistent, and it's only 2 videos that are funneling people in. And if you think about it business wise, a lot of your volume will come from 20% of your team, and a lot your diet. You can never outwork a diet as long as you're 80%. Doing your stuff. You need to have this rule in your head 24/7, okay? Have this rule in your head. You will feel less anxiety. But for example, so this is what I want you guys to think about, because I never really thought about it this way. If you have a 10 item list, 2 items on that list will end up being more worth it than the other 8. Do you understand? So what the problem is, and I actually wrote this, I wrote sad fact. Most people procrastinate on the top 10 to 20% of their items that are most valuable and most important. This makes them busy and not productive. Make sense? This makes them busy and not productive. So I know y'all, because I felt it. I've felt it before, where I feel like I'm running with my head like cut off. And I'm like, I'm doing so much. Why isn't it working? Well, did you do like the 2 things that were going to move your business forward? Were you doing the 2 things that were going to help you with your health goals? Were you doing the 2 things that are going to help you bring you closer with your spirituality? Were you doing that, or were you cleaning the kitchen? I'll tell you what, when there's something I want to avoid, my house is spotless. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. So that in mind, I have an assignment on this one, okay? Write down 10 goals. Write down 10 goals. This is of your entire life. The biggest goals you want to accomplish, okay? Which one of those goals would have the greatest positive impact on your life? I want you to keep that in mind. And then what is the second? That's how you're going to figure it out. Out of those 10, which will have the biggest impact on your life? That will help you, because if I say pick your favorite goal, sometimes it's not always the best one. Which will have the biggest impact on your life? Maybe this goal will help other goals trickle. You know what I mean? For example, one of your goals is being a millionaire and your other goal is owning a home. Obviously, probably being a millionaire will help you buy your home. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, this is the assignment, okay? Work on that list all the time. And here's what I mean by that. Anytime a friend is like, do you want to come out and party? Anytime a show comes on, but it's in between maybe a call or something, like anything like that, think to yourself, is this bringing me closer to this goal? If it's not, don't do it. And I promise you, your goal timeline will come a lot sooner. A lot sooner. This is another thing I want you to think about, because if you do this every day, if you write down the 10 things that you need to get done that day, like remember, you already have the 3 to 5 like impactful things you're doing. Like we already went over that. But if you wrote down 10 things you'd like to get done, and then you took the 2 things that you're like, well, for example, we all, like I said, we're all complex. There's the health part and the relationships part and the business part. But let's say one of your biggest goals is being a millionaire, okay? Obviously, out of my 10 things, maybe one, for my religious people, maybe one is praying, right? Maybe another one is, you know, like I said, cleaning the house. Another one is doing the messages. Y'all know that probably the messages will get you closer to being a millionaire than cleaning your house. So do the 10 to 20% of things that will bring you closer to your goal first. Do prioritize those over everything, okay? Resist the temptation to clear up small things first. This I started this because when I really did this deep dive into this stuff, guys, and I'm telling you, I did hours and hours and hours. I'm just writing down the key points that I got. A lot of people, well, this is small, so I'll just do that, and then you end up, I don't know, changing your tires instead of doing what you needed to do. Like, you just do what you need to do first and then do everything else. Wealthy people have one big goal and they work on it all the time. When your goals are clear, you will come up with exactly the right answer at the exact right time. So when your goals are clear, if you don't know what your goals are, guys, I'm telling you, sit down, go on Pinterest, go look at other people's lives. Go on ChatGPT and write down things you like and say, what's the type of life that you think would benefit me? Like, do some research into it. Actually prioritize knowing where you want to go, because I'm telling you, when you know, it's better. When you know, it is better. And then the last one I have for you guys, and I won't keep you very much longer. So we got a certain little meetup we're doing here in Toronto. Won't tell you, but okay. So you guys might have heard of this, but it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. Have you heard about it? Y'all heard about this before? So I'm gonna show you my drawing. It's not very good, but it's a little matrix. Okay, it's a little matrix, and I'm just showing you that so you can draw it. So draw like 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it? 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is how you're going to sort what you need to do. And it's called, again, the Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower matrix. So if something is important and if something is urgent, we put it in number 1. Okay? If something is, and this is how you're going to write it. Urgent and important. This is number 1. Important, less urgent. This is number 2. Important, less urgent. Less important, but urgent. And then less important and less urgent. That's number 4. Make sense? I know it's hard to show you guys when you're on a computer screen. Now, this is literally going to tell you how to fix this, okay? Number 1, you do those first. You do those first and use a timer. Number 2, you schedule those tasks. They're not to be done first. You schedule them. You put them in your schedule. Number 3, you delegate those ones. And if you guys need to actually make a box and write these out every day, like, oh, well, I should do this, and sort them, do it. Because you can see, literally have a system to follow up with these delegations later. Like, just, they don't need to be done now. And number 4, this one's my favorite one, don't do them. If it's less important and less urgent, it doesn't need to be done. Focus on things that need to be done. I did write a bonus one. 1 is just do it. 1 is just do it. 2 is schedule. 3 is delegate. 4 is don't do it. I did write a bonus one. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. I will let you guys know. It's the Parkinson's law. So work expands, and this is literally the definition. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. So no deadlines means they will never get done. Shorter deadlines are often better, but be reasonable. So the reason I tell you guys this is because for number 1 tasks, urgent and important tasks, give yourself a reasonable time, but don't give yourself all day. You guys know, for example, if I was like do 100 messages, I know you can get that done in at least an hour to an hour and a half. I know you can. So when y'all give yourself like 4 hours, I'm like, guys, it's gonna take 4 hours. It's gonna take a long ass time. Okay? Does that all make sense? Is that all good? Did we learn something today? Did I help anyone today? Yes, perfect. Love hearing that. Good. Love seeing the cameras on, by the way, guys. Yes, good. Good. Okay, guys. That is just a little bit, a 7. Perfect. Love the 7. That's just a little bit of what I wanted to share with you guys. Something that I'm doing. And I know a lot of this stuff might not seem like a big aha to you. And that is honestly like the beautiful part of it, is that it's not some complex thing. We are just overthinking. And that's why I said, if you can take anything that I said today, is write shit down. Take the time to journal. There's a reason that millionaires are like, you know what? Every morning I meditate and I write stuff down. It seems so like, what does sitting alone in a room for 10 minutes and writing down my feelings do? It does a lot. It does a lot. So just do it. Like, just sit down and do it. And I challenge you guys for a week, 1 week. It would actually like warm my heart. Do not give me anything for Christmas. Do not give me anything for my birthday. If you guys just said from today, for the next 7 days, you just wrote down your shit you were thinking, I will be over the freaking moon. I'll be over the moon. Okay? So that's it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys for staying on as long as you did. I'd love to hear any successes that you have this week. How these notes, how this training has helped you. But remember, we do have our next call on Saturday, 3 p.m. EST. Can't wait to see y'all, okay? And we got some big stuff coming on, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Keep killing it, okay? Remember, you're savage, not average, and we'll see you on the next one, okay, guys? Okay. Bye!